All right, let's get on with this. Really want to start putting on this bed tops. I'm gonna go ahead and just do them, even though I haven't tightened up those lines. I'll probably take those lines back out up in the front. They're not too hard to reach. And then I'll just start putting this on. I think I'm gonna start with this side because it has original metal here in the front. It hasn't been compromised as bad as some of the other stuff, and half the other stuff I've made, so it'll work. It's gonna go together. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine, but it might not quite line up perfect. It'll be close enough, and the lift will fit. I know that because I did test the frame that's underneath that, which is a metal tubing frame, square tubing versus the top hat type things that they put on them. I have metal tubing instead, if you guys are new to the channel. So because it was just too expensive to take it back to 100% original, I would have basically replaced the entire truck. It would have been too much. So, and I don't think I could have gotten it nearly as straight, because if I make the metal frame, I could make that pretty straight and then just put it on, versus trying to put all the parts on it and put it together. Would have been, probably could have done it the same way, could have manufactured it and then put it all together and then put it on. But, you know, I thought it was just much easier to use metal square tubing and save a lot of money and still come out the same looking on the outside. So anyway, we'll go start welding these in. The reason I wanted to do it this way, I'll tell you guys real quick. The reason I wanted to do it this way versus using the panel adhesive or keeping these clean, is I can drill through here. I can drill through, okay, and the drill will make score the pipe a little bit so that I'll have a nice bare metal area, and it won't be bare metal except for right where I'm welding. So I'll have a little bit of compromise area around it. Right where the weld is will be compromised, you know, as far as that goes. Or I can go through and touch up afterwards. But I figured that would be the easiest way to make it, and the best way for me to do it without, you know, having raw metal somewhere. I just thought that'd be the easiest. Keep it from rusting in the future, which I'm sure it won't. But anyway, that's why I did it this way. So we'll move on. We'll put some on video. We'll have some welding going on here, and then we'll show you the problems as we come along. So the first part, I've got these nice little tight buttons. Did that side first and then did this side here. I'm using my Chicago electric thing as a weight. It's nice and heavy, perfect for holding it down. Then they grind off real tight like that. Real nice. With this Harbor Freight welder, it's really nice. You know, look at that heat ring, really small. So you can imagine it's not taking all the paint off, you know, way out to here or anything underneath there. This is weld-through primer that's on here. So, but you notice the weld-through primer right next to the weld is gone. So people that think the weld-through primer is the fix-all, it doesn't really work. It's good for some things. There's, you know, watch my videos, you'll see when I use it. This is probably the best fix for this, because now this is all painted all the way underneath the tops of these, right? And the paint is on the underside of this, and I've only got a little ring that's compromised. So I think that's pretty much the best way to do it. That's why I thought about doing it this way versus panel adhesiving the whole thing. It would be kind of difficult to get it in the right place. You might have a little bit off, and then trying to put weights on it. Well, it's, you know, I want it to stay in place when I put it in place. And I can put the next one on, if you follow me there. If I tried to do it, I'd have to do like one panel adhesive and then waste a tip and then do another one panel adhesive, and it would take a lot longer. I think it'd take less time to do it this way. These grind off in seconds with a grinder, so it really won't take long to do. Okay, that's how I'm doing it. We'll keep going. Alright, so I got this one. I just went ahead and welded this one in. And I got that one tacked in over there. Did that one first, did that one second. Then I'm going to put this one in. I'm just going to tack it. I'm going to tack it in. And then I may put that one down too, just so that when I blow this off, I don't blow anything inside. I'm trying to keep it semi-clean inside. I'll have to do too much work after it's all done crawling inside there. So just gonna weld these in real quick. I'll bring you guys back in. Just gonna tack these babies in. So now that I got all this edge welded here, nice little buttons like that, then I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna use that to kind of hold it down, and I'll push it the rest of the way down, and I'll get that edge welded down so it's flat, because it's wanting to kind of move around a little bit. So get that down. All right, so what would most of you guys do if you had this problem? Yeah, that's a big one. I knew I was going to have it. Remember I said I knew this thing was a little bit out of square. So it's not a real big deal, actually. Pretty sure I got this figured out. I have to stay in the video here to find out how I'm going to fix that. You'll see. It won't. It's really not hard. Think about it for a minute. I got this one. Maybe this one is just a hair going in. Again, it won't really matter. It's not getting gates. It could be, but it's hard to tell. You know, like I said, this thing was pieced together. This truck is just made. This side looks straight. So where the issue is probably is right here. It could be just a little bit in, but it doesn't really look like that from the overhang. So it'd look kind of weird if I had it, tried to make that, took that off and then tried to straighten it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to straighten that part out. It'll be fine. Watch. All right, so I welded this down. The edge here looks pretty straight. You know, it could be something. It's a little off. I knew we were going to have stuff off. I already knew this was going to happen. Just try to, as long as it's manageable. I'll show you guys how to fix this real quick. So there's an old saying in the old days, nothing is perfect. Everything is to look perfect. It's a matter of knowing what you can get away with. So what I'm going to do to make this look perfect, I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to fade down to about right. I get a straight line out of this tape. Tape is already kind of crooky. I'm going to go down to, at the very corner, it's actually a little bit tight. So it might be that corner is just a little bit crooked. And trying to figure that out when I was putting it on was pretty hard to do. Plus this thing's a little bit out of square, so we fake it till we make it. All right, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to start right there. You guys can see that very well. Let's get you up really close. All right, how about there? And you can see it's wider here, and it's just going to go fade all the way in. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to grind that up to that edge. All right, so I even screwed up a bit. I'll take my duck wheel pliers and straighten it out a little bit. I'm going to bend it at a different place. The whole idea is now I'm going to move my bend up when I finally get the skin zipper out. Well, let's hope this works, right? Should. Then I'll get my hammer. I'm going to do a little bit more grinding here. Get my glasses real quick. All right, that looked pretty good. Once I get done the skin zipper on the whole thing, I'm not going to do it all right now because I'm outside. Makes a hell of a lot of noise. Yeah, I'll have that all fake that sucker in. So yeah, the skin zipper does work on this. I know Demop Garage over in Australia, he was trying to use it, and I was like, dude, you got to push on it really hard until it wears in. About the time they're ready to wear out is when they work really good, and then a couple days later you're done with it. You gotta get a new one. The heads wear out on these things. These skin zippers are pretty amazing though. Right here, that's what that is. So yeah, it tightens this out really nice when it's sanded, painted. It looks so much better than the hammer marks from the dolly and all that. It looks like a factory seam. They used something I think similar to that when they made them, probably. But yeah, that'll fake it in. That's how you get rid of that. And yeah, this edge can be a little bit wonky along the bottom. You really can't see it. Just put some seam sealer under there and keep the moisture out. It'll look good. That's how I fix that. So anyway, we'll keep going. Get you guys back in here. I might pull this inside in a little while and keep welding. It's supposed to rain, but it doesn't look like it right now. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the store, come back, and do some more video. Alright guys, I'm going to show you a little trick that Chris showed me. It was pretty cool. How to get your flapper wheels to last a little bit longer. I did a video on just this subject, and for some reason nobody really watched it. But since I'm doing metal work and you guys are watching right now, all you do is you turn on your, see how the edge is worn? Because I've been just running the edge of it. You don't want to throw the wheel away because over here it's really good. Take your bench grinder, turn this on, angle it like that. There you go. It's all fresh and new again. You can burn the whole wheel up. You don't waste any. These are cheap ones anyway, but you know, it is kind of nice when you can get them to last a little longer. Why be wasteful, right? So Chris brought a lot of things to the channel. I wanted to let you guys know he was really good with a lot of things, and sometimes he feels like I threw him under the bus, and I don't think so. I never really felt that way. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think on that. Alright, guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to measure, and I know I've already done this once, I know it's off. I measured from here to here, it's 66 inches. It's supposed to be a little bit less than that. So, what do you do? What do you do? Look at this. This is where I'm a little bit off. This should be lined up with that. Almost 1/4 of an inch. Maybe a little less. But it can be fixed. No problem. Alright, if you guys haven't figured out, these things ought to be something you ought to buy if you're going to start doing any metalwork. Probably one of the handiest tools. Bend this up. It's really kind of a pain to do this right now, but it is what it is. Has to be done. Put this up. I was going to measure it and check it ahead of time, and I don't know. I just forgot. Anybody ever made a mistake? You got to know how to. It's just like Tiger Woods. Does he ever make mistakes? Anybody ever watch golf? Play golf? One of the best golfers in the world. He makes a lot of mistakes. It's what everybody says. It's how you come out of the rough, right? Ever heard that saying? That's what it meant, you know. You're gonna make mistakes in your metalwork. Yep, you will. So, it's how you come out of the rough is what matters. Can you fix them and make them look good? So all I gotta do now, I'm gonna take it back to, I don't know, about where you guys are, a little further. And I'm gonna grind down the metal here. It's actually about right. See, I made it in the back. I think it's right. Front doesn't. Hang on a second. You guys know Volkswagens, they give you no margin for error. 65 3/4. And it's 66 all the way back. I mean, I'm set perfectly uneven. But I'm not going to take it all the way back because the middle mount is right here. So I'll go back to past the middle mount and I'll just feather it in. And then, who knows, maybe I'll even just, after I'm all done, just grind this off and then retouch it, whatever, when I'm done, because I know I probably won't get it all right, but it'll be close enough. Doesn't ever get gates, so it doesn't really matter that much, but it is a really tight fit. So if I measure from me hook it on here. There. Yeah. 65 3/4 is from there to that edge. I don't know if you guys can see. And that's exactly the width of the lift. 65 3/4. I didn't even give you a 16th or millimeter, however you want to do it. So anyway, the other side seems to be right. It's only on this side. That's why I didn't skin zipper this yet. Well, anyway, I think you guys get the idea. I'll just take the grinder under here where you guys can't see yet. See that piece of metal right there. I'm going to grind that one down. Can't take a whole quarter off of it. Yeah, I can't take that much off because then it won't fit. So then it won't, you know, if I go down there, I won't have enough metal to wrap around. There won't be enough edge for me to wrap it around. So I'm only going to take it down. I don't know what I need to do. And then I'll probably have to notch these out a little bit right here where the brackets are. Where the brackets are, I'll probably just notch it out a little bit. And I don't know, maybe they were notched out. I mean, it's so rusty. How do we know, right? Maybe it was notched out a little bit because, you know, to make that thing fit, you know, when this is 65 3/4, right? You know, the exact width, and then the width of the actual single cab is 65 3/4. You know, it has to have like a quarter play in there to be able to get the lift to fit, because you need like an 1/8 on each side to be able to get it on and off or something, right? So anyway, maybe it was notched out. I couldn't tell, you know. It's so rusty, who knows? But I can always just notch it out if I have to when I get done, and then retouch it, just mask off a little area, spray and blend, done. Whatever, it is what it is. That's how you fix stuff like that. I'm just showing you because in case you run into something like that yourself. You know, you don't give up. You don't just go, oh my God, let's rip the whole tops off again. No, you just have to figure out how to make it work. And you know, you're gonna make mistakes on a project like this. There's no way to do it without mistakes. I don't know who does it, unless they spend, you know, 10 years. Good luck with that. Well, guys, I got to tell you, all my drill batteries are dead. So I guess I'll have to continue this on the next video. You're gonna like that. But you didn't get to see what I did back here. Just a little bit of a dip going on. It's not gonna matter, but that's how you get out of stuff like that. You just fake it in, and that's what I'm gonna do here. Fake that in. This is really close to the edge. Actually, I checked it, and I think it wasn't quite even a 1/8 off. My stuff was, so, and it needs a 1/4 of an inch. So I don't know. Anyway, no biggie. I'll just work that out. And then I got to do a lot of grinding. I got to grind all that edge down. Can't really do that right now because all my batteries are dead, and it's going to take a while for them to charge up. And I've got quite a bit more to do still. Went ahead and threw some filler on here. Yeah, okay, for you purists, guys, no, I'm not going to leave the seam there. The reason I'm not doing that, the seam here and the one going this way, is because I don't want it to leak. So originally they probably did leak. They probably got beat up a little bit, and then that seam would go up and down, and water went inside. Probably how a lot of the damage happened. And no, I don't want mine to leak. So I'm just gonna, I welded all the way along. I just went ahead because it's gonna have a lot of stuff going on now there. I didn't need to weld it all the way across to fill it, but since it's probably gonna have weight going on and off of it with the movement, I figured why not just go ahead and just run a bead. And there's voids in it a little bit, but not much. Mostly all the way across. And then I'm just gonna fill this real quick, kind of make it look semi, you know, perfect. Not nice, you know, not perfect, but semi good, you know, like you won't notice the seam right away, but you could probably see it if you're looking for it, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to do there, and then there in the middle, and then of course it gets to the left down here and all that. So it's going to be quite covered with stuff. So, but I don't want it to leak. That's my main thing. I don't want it to have voids in there and dip down and then, you know, have water go inside and set there for days at a time, or when I'm washing it or something even. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's hear your comments. Make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you push the button, and let's get the subscribers up. I'd like to get up to 100,000 very soon. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.